Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Liga Arena. It is an arena, not the main event, which will be happening on April, and I'm going to have an announcement about that. Yeah, today, or yesterday, because there were two arenas, one arena, the early one, and two, the late one. In both arenas that I played so poorly that I could put this on a Check My Playlist, and you wouldn't even realize who played those games. I'm not even joking. The format was 3 minute, and there were 10 players. 7 players were above the ELO of 1700, with 5 of them being 2000. I'm not even joking. And there were only like 3 of us that were like 1500 or relatively close to our level. And it was a slaughter. And not only was it too late, I had to play against 2000s. With some sort of prep, I played like some blitz games against the thousands and 1100s, but that's not the same. They're not the same. Like a thousands, they're different. But yeah, anyway, um, I played horribly. I got sixth place in both, but I played horribly. I'm not even joking. I played like a 500. Probably because it was late and I had to sleep instead of sitting and playing chess all day. Anyways, before that, I want to make two announcements. First of all, Liga tournament, the mid elo bracket is happening on April, and next week, I will be on and over the board, and that means that videos won't be too many. Because I need to prepare for the tournament because it's gonna happen and I'm gonna have zero preparation for it. So yeah, um, that's all. Also, before we start, join the Discord. It is blooming or glooming. I don't know what it is. Uh, yeah, join. I'm there. We can talk. We can play, and all that in between. Let's get to the video. We shall begin with the first game. Let me be clear with you. I played this game so I had a brain surgery 5 minutes ago. I did not. I'm just saying that's how I played the games. It was 5 in the morning. I'm not joking. And I played those games. And they went poorly. D4, knight f6, bishop g5, that's the Trompowsky. I used this opening as a way to take out old Nimzo Indians, Grunfeld, King's Indian defenses and stuff like that. You can take out all that stuff away with just a simple move like bishop g5, and the point is simple. Sometimes you can just start the kingside attack. Sometimes you just go queenside and start the kingside attack. That's mainly the point. And you also will trade the star square bishop for the knight in the future or right away. But 94 is on the moves, and we play bishop f4. Now this looks like a London, but then we have g5. Bishop c1, that's the top engine move. The whole point is that your position hasn't been destroyed a lot, and he has committed a g5 pawn. That's the whole point. h6 defends the pawn. F3 here, believe it or not, is actually a really good move, and it didn't even cross my mind, but it is a really good move. Knight d2 though, trying to get rid of the knight. d5, knight takes e4, d takes e4, f3. Now f3. You would think it is bad, but because, well, the kingside diagonal is closed, it's not too awful. Bishop f5 takes a knight here, and then develops, we defend, and then he develops again, we develop here, and now this is minus 1.3 because of the move e5. Not this move, I'm sorry. This move, because it just puts a lot of pressure in the center, and if you try to defend that position, then they will just come crossing down, and you need to just take here and accept the fact that you're just going to get exposed. That all didn't happen. G4. And 92, attacking the bishop, takes, you go here, and this is the blunder. I take with the bishop, and then I will take the knight, and then take the free pawn. Should have taken it with a rook. Now, you might be wondering, how did you manage to lose this position? You will see. Rook g8. Here, queen here, knight here, castles. Knight here, takes, and takes. And now it is minus plus 1.2 because of this move. Well, not that one, this one, because it cuts off the king, and then you need to be a little more careful. But check. After this check, I'm not lost yet. Now, after this move, now I'm sort of lost, but we're still fine. Now I'm sort of good, but... And eventually... I misclicked after this track, and I went here, and I got made it in one. Oh, yay. I could have won this game on time or on checkmate, but no, I decided to misclick and go there. I wanted to go here. Or repeat the position, or go here, but if you go here, then there's problems. That was my door. 1 second. That was my fucking door. 1 minute. Ah! That's a door intervention if I've ever seen one. Yeah, horrible game. And I played with the same 2000 4 times in both arenas, and then with another 2000 5 times, and another 2000 3 times. Like, I never played a 1500 until, like, really at the end of the arenas, which is kind of unfair if you think about it, but whatever. I mean, yeah, let's go to the next game. We have another one, Trompowski. This time I have c5 instead. Best thing to do in c5 position is to take this and then push. And then after that, you can play e4 and then c4 and then have this strong little center. Now what I can do is go here. Although, first he takes here. Actually, believe it or not, this move is top engine, but I wouldn't play this move, especially in a speed game. Now it's -2, 1.1. Queen here, queen defense and attacks, and there's just problems on the entire position. He's trying to set this up. We attack here. Now this is really strong pawn chain, and yeah, I'm not doing good here. I'm gonna be completely honest. Knight here, castles alongside, and we try to get rid of the pawn chain. On hindsight, this move looks really nice, but pawn takes, bishop takes, and knight here is really strong because now I need to come back and I mean, queen here is ridiculous, but it has an idea. The idea is to rotate the queen around to go to the king side. Queen here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just stalling for time. -2, -1.6. Now it's just -2 because of the free pawn, but I did not see that because I was more focused on the queen side, but there was nothing on the queen side. This pawn is still hanging, and I take it this time. But this time, though, it is really bad because of takes. I have to take here. Check, and I had to go here. The whole point is you block pretty much the entire attack, and their only move is to check you, which is insane. And then they have to trade, and then you're actually better. But when you have 1 minute on the clock, of course you won't see this move, and you play check again, and now you're lost once more. Because after this move and check again, you have no other choice but to trade the queens and lose the game on the spot, because after rook takes, pawn takes, you can't take this pawn because you're going to get swarmed. But I take the pawn this move, and now I get swarmed. And I slowly, my pawns will just die one by one. I accidentally hanging this pawn, hang a bishop, and couple moves later, I ran out of time. Around, hold up, where is it? Around here, yeah, I ran out of time. Yeah, yeah, that is how it goes when you play a game in 5 in the morning. Yeah, that is how it goes. Let's go to one more game again. And for the next game, this is the only game I played against the 1500. The rest of the games I played were 1700 and above, which is 200 plus points above my level, which is mad. But unfortunately, that's the reality when no 1500 joins except one. Except two, actually, but I didn't play the other one. Anyway, e4, c5, the Sicilian. Knight f3, e6, and we have c3, the Alpin fucking Sicilian. I hate the Alpin, but d5 is really strong. Takes. This is what I like to do on the Alpin, on the delayed Alpin. Now, after this move, you push. Although white has the advantage because of this move, but then you can just defend this. And then if they do this, then you can just put pressure here. And if they take, well, you know, you can take the rook. And if they take, you take. And, okay, I mean, the engine hates it, but you could defend this position, maybe. We have c4 and bishop e2, trying to castle. We play b5 here. Castles, knight here, rook here, and castles. We'll manage the castle. And this move is really bad, and I don't recommend it for anyone in the Sicilian to just do a pointless bishop move like this. I mean, you don't really have anywhere to put the bishop, but it's a pointless move because of bishop b7. Before that, takes, and h6. Really strong move. You need to decide what to do with the bishop. You go bishop f4. I develop my knight, and I attack the bishop one more time, force it to go backwards. Then I rotate, and I go back here. Knight attacks the queen, gotta go. And hangs the queen in one move. And he resigns. That is how my 1500 game went. Alright, for the next game, we have Dutch. And against the Dutch, I like to, after a couple moves in, I like to play this move f4. I know it isn't particularly liked by the engine, but f4 is, I don't know what it's called. Is it called something? No, it's not called anything. But f4 I like to play to like throw opponents off and get a climb on the center. You know, it has its points. Then we develop the knight. Then we go here. Even though the engine doesn't particularly like that, but whatever. The engine can eat a franc. And then we develop the bishop. And then taking here. Taking this is good because after this you've got a knight here. And then you'll just win the knight. I mean, not the knight. The bishop back. And get rid of the bishop pair of white. But d6, castles, knight b7, a3, takes, knight e4, just what I said. Queen c2, I want to trade on my own terms. Queen e8, e3, solidifying the thingy. Then we have rook a to e1 and knight g4, h3, kicking out the knight. It goes. And believe it or not, hold up, let me make a hypothetical move. This is a threat. Why is that a threat? Because after you move the rook, then it will just go back, and you gotta go back, and it will do this again, and then you will just get swarmed, and it's pretty much over for your rook. That is the whole point. So we have knight d2 here, try and give the rook some space. Well, now if you play this move, actually, you lose this bishop, and actually, after a nice little capture chains, you will be the one that will emerge with more material. However, the king will be a little blown up. That is the whole idea. Knight takes d2, and queen takes d2. Bishop takes d2, queen takes d2, and knight e4 here. And it is -3. Why is it -3? Because of knight takes here. You cannot retake because your queen gets destroyed. So I have rook g6, rook f3. Trying to defend everything, and we play sober defense here. We pretty much throw all of our pieces into the defensive, and we're under serious attack at the moment, and it is not looking nice. d5. That even makes it even worse, by the way, even though I thought it was going to be like the move that saves me, but rook f6, and now you can take it, but it's still bad. Now the rook goes here, tries to defend everything, and yeah, look at my pieces. They're just stuck. I mean, stuck defending the king. The king goes here, and I have literally no move to play. That's the reason why I'm going back and forth with my king. But I could play this. I didn't like it, because the pawn swing got a little weaker. But okay, king back, and now he brings his king. Now I'll put my king back. I legit did not find a move to play. And after this move, then I try to defend. As you can see here, I'm slightly better, but it doesn't look like I'm slightly better. In hindsight, that's nice, but what if I turn this off? What if I turn all of this off? Who do you think is better in this position? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go back with the engine lines of shit. h6 gives away a lot of advantage because of queen d5 check, which I play. King e7, queen b7 check, king here. I take the free pawn. And I give another check for good measure. And queen back here. He attacks this. I move here. And I defend by leave this pawn hanging. We didn't have a lot of time, so it was basically a time scramble. Yeah, you can clearly see. I mean, if I had a little bit more time, I could see that. But I didn't because, well, you know. And a couple moves later, the time scramble ends and I win on time, despite being completely lost after this ridiculous move. The whole point of this is to go here, and you're just paralyzed. You can't move anything, pretty much, and you will be Oh, sorry. You'll be losing a pawn. Straight up, that is the whole point. But if you try to defend, then takes, and king, either king move is really good, and you're lost. However, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. Like, let's go back here. Here. I had 7 seconds. I could not react faster than that, okay? I had 7 seconds before the queen check, actually. Here when you blunder rook, I had like 9 seconds. I couldn't do anything. Let's go to the next game. And for the last game I'm gonna show you, because when I see those games, it reminds me of today, because it was today. It was 5 in the morning, and 5 in the morning is considered the next day. So if d4 e6, trying to put it on a French, but I'm not playing on another French. I stopped playing the French for a reason. It was just bad for me. I didn't like it. c4 d5, trying to turn it into a good scam with the client. I didn't know that. I could have just went here, but I didn't because I'm dumb as fuck. E takes d5 and knight c3. Now have this. Now I'm trying to go for something like the Catalan, and I do. And here, and castles, and here. Now black is slightly better because of the space. However, I do have some solid center. Bishop f5 develops the bishop. I chase the bishop after this move, and the bishop goes here, and I can take this bishop, which I do. Now my knight is a little bit stranded, so we just put it back here, and we put the bishop here in order to solidify the center. Knight here, try to get rid of the knight, and the bishops are traded, and now I don't have the bishop pair anymore, but I'm still completely fine. Knight e4, takes. Now his pawn chain is a little more fixed up, but it's fine because of, rook b1, just a nice little idea. Actually here, move c4 is really strong, because after he takes, you just go here, and if they try to defend, then you take this pawn, and there's a lot of stuff hanging, and as you can see, you need to sacrifice the rook, and that's because if you do not sacrifice the rook, then I will take this pawn, and if you do this, if you just move like nothing, then I will take this pawn too, and as you can see, your material is falling apart. But I didn't have enough time to calculate that. I had like 2 minutes, but I could calculate it, but I'm stupid, it was 5 in the morning. Queen b3. Okay, rook f8. Now it is +2 because of c4 once again, the same concept. If he takes, now I can take here and win a bunch of pawns. This, and then this, and there's just stuff hanging everywhere, so we just go a4 instead, and back to equality. h5. c4, now I find it. Okay, nice. After queen here, I instead of taking that, which looked a lot more plausible, and if he takes, well, I can take this. I go for a slightly different order with c5. And takes, and here. It's still fine, but terrible. And now he moves, and I go back, and queen here. It is +1.4, that means I have some sort of advantage. f4 could be weakening in the future. Queen here, takes, and I hung a rook. Congratulations. And now I'm gonna get my ass steamrolled because I am down a rook and I'm facing at 2000. And I got steamrolled. And I played with the same 2000 3 more times. Yeah, I enjoyed my tournament, as you can see. Yeah, let's. I don't think I have any other good games to show you. I think that was all the spectacular ones. But yeah, as you can probably see, I got steamrolled and destroyed, and yeah. League tournaments are in April. That was the announcement I said in the intro, and I have an over the board next week, so that means I don't know if I'm going to upload as much because I'll be locking in. But that's that. I will see you guys next time, and I promise next arena I will do better, because that was the saddest performance I've ever had in an arena before. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Next video is probably going to be like Alo Elo. I'm going to be on the lookout for those. See you guys.